Welcome back to DivisionWars.com. My name is Jerry Albert, and I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I wanted to get into an issue that I'm seeing circulate around the web and on radio. I'm hearing it on TV shows, radio shows, internet, and there's numbers out regarding the NFL and how the NFL is down, I guess, 20% each year, and the numbers are down not just for any particular time slot, like the 1 to 4 games or the 8 o'clock game. They have the Thursday night presentation. They also have Monday Night Football. And they're reporting that the numbers are down and they don't know why. Is it the influx of fantasy football followers, people that are really not involved in the game, but it's an addiction now with the fantasy football. It's another form of gambling. And so, the NFL is wondering, all the investors and, the news, the media, everyone's getting together. Why are the numbers down? And I think, in my opinion, it's a very easy and somewhat specific answer. You have to look at a few things, but, they're saying, is it the fantasy? Is it the red zone channel? With everyone, all the fantasy followers checking into the red zone. Is it that people have other options now, Game of Thrones or, different options? Everyone has TV on demand and Roku and these different things, Fire Sticks, and people have more options now. Some say it's that. Some say, also, is it possible? Is it just possible that the protest led by Colin Kaepernick and being followed by an array of other players, just not only from the pro level, but down to the college and the high school level? Kids and people are taking stands, protests, taking knees during their national anthem as if they're making some type of political stand. They weren't doing it before Colin Kaepernick, but nonetheless, however, they're standing with Colin Kaepernick, who is not even playing football, by the way. He's sitting the bench, riding backup, getting this type of coverage. But I'll give him that he did take the 49ers along with Jim Harbaugh to the Super Bowl. I'll give him that. So, but at the present time, he is sitting second string behind Blaine Gabbert. Some feel that way. Some feel that maybe it's, the liberal side, CTE, concussions, they're getting turned away from the game. And, these are all types of debatable, topics or the reasons why the NFL numbers are down. And then also, you also have, you have to look at Roger Goodell, and his setbacks that he's had. And you have to look at that and the different transgressions that Roger Goodell has had, whether it's, Deflategate with Tom Brady, whether it's the rule changes like, kickoffs, 20-yard line, 25-yard line, intentional hitting below the knees, the protection of the quarterback, the protection of, letting wide receivers go up and down the field without being touched. And you can really make an argument for any that that you think may be the reason why the NFL numbers are down. But, don't have no fear. Jerry Albert is here, and he is going to give you the answer. Or at least my opinion. You have to look at everything as a whole, and then you have to take into account that, football is a child's game. Yeah, we love it, and we may have substituted that in error for our own masculine, aggressive, it's a way to channel that aggressive nature that men hold and masculinity. But I'll repeat that again. Football is a child's game. And in the end, it doesn't mean really that much. You know, they're not doctors. They're not solving any issues. If anything, they're feeding and stoking the flames to certain issues. But you look at it, and you look at it also from a patriot standpoint, you see, what do you see? You don't see just the players protesting. They do have that right. But what do you see? You see Roger Goodell and the NFL supporting that behavior, getting behind them, you know, and really advocating for that type of behavior. Now, there were some players right after the Dallas shooting of the 5 police officers. The NFL came down on those players and told them, you better not wear any show of support for the police that's against uniform code. You will be fined and disciplined. Yeah, and still you can go out on the flip side, wear socks, pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. You could have those Kaepernick socks on. You could take a stand, not stand for the national anthem. Create this feeling and disconnect from our country and the good things in our country and blame everything that's transpired in this country on the police. The NFL stands behind them, but the NFL does not stand behind the same police that give them security at these games, that have the same police that these executives and the stadiums, and see, I'm just making a point. All right. But guess what, Roger Goodell? Guess what, NFL? Your fan base, the people that you want to buy your tickets, the people that you want to watch your games and buy your apparel, are watching that. They see you support, where your support lies, and how unpatriotic you are. And we do know who your father is. He was a senator. We're aware of that. So we're watching you, Mr. Roger Goodell, and your one job is to keep ratings high, keep people in the stands, you know, keep people glued to the TV. But you can't do that. And we also watched you give yourself a $30 million raise increase. Autonomy all to yourself. You gave that raise to yourself. Okay. So we're watching a $1 billion industry really laugh and point the finger at Americans. Just, you know what? And that's the whole point of people turning to football, to get away from it all. And then you go and stand and side with all the same dumbed down liberal, you know, the commercials, all the advertisements coming from the same places. We all know. But that wasn't good enough. You had to go out there and take a stand and tell men that you can't stand up for decency. But thug behavior, we're all for it. Knock yourself out. Guess what? Because this sport is not popular in Europe. It's not popular in the Caribbean. It's not popular in South America. It's not popular in Africa or Asia. It's popular where? Here at home, which is why it's called American football. So you blew it, and you're blowing it. People realize, look, man, football ain't that important. You people got too big for your britches. People have families, children, wives, Go fishing, take them out for a hike, do anything instead of sitting there looking like an idiot glued to the TV like my whole life is dependent upon people who will go and protest in your community, go along with the protests of the BLM, which tells them to tear your city down when it's a white officer or a black officer shooting or getting into a conflict with a thug. We're not going to debate the whole BLM issue today. I'm not going to do that. However, this is the image that you put out. People can make that connection very fast, that what these players are advocating for is not only un-American, it's unpatriotic. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Is there an issue with police brutality? Yes, to some degree, there is an issue. Is it to the level of what the mainstream distrusted scumbag CNN media is hyping up? Do your research. So I wanted to kind of get that point out there. You know, you make a foolish stand, Roger Goodell, and, you know, we'll see if the NFL can recover from it. We always thought the NFL was the holy grail, you know, but at the same time, I believe there was another football startup in the 80s, and that was shut down. That was shut down to prop the NFL up. Somebody else was behind that football league that was a startup, but we're not going to get into that either. For the ones that know out there, you know, you can leave a comment in the comment section. You know if you know who I'm alluding to, you know, with that football startup. But like I said, I'm not here to cover that or get into that. It's just funny for the people that do enjoy the game of football. I see college football is soaring. They're not, you know, they may have issues, but their issues and there are, you could make an argument for race issues, but at the same time, people are getting scholarships, and, you know, yes, they're playing. It's college, but at the same time, they don't have ratings issues. You know why? Because when you watch college football, they're trying their best to appease the fan and get it right. When you watch the NFL, you're told a catch is not a catch, but it was a catch, unless the authority referees tell you it wasn't a catch. But by the rule textbook definition of the rule book, it's a catch. You don't know the rules anymore. The game is just not even the same game it was 10 and 20 years ago. So, you know, you're taken back because it's not what you grew up watching. You want to see some. So there's people out there that want to see low scoring games, hard smash mouth defense. You know, jam the receiver. People want to see the game get physical, and Roger Goodell single-handedly took that out and made it a pussy sport. Paul Tagliabue didn't have these issues. Maybe some say he didn't do enough, you know. But hey, I'm not here advocating for the NFL. I'm just here letting you know why your ratings might be down. So you have that. You have the protest issue. You have the Patriots. You have people realizing that it's not that important, and these people really don't care about me. They're taking my hard-working money, and they'll go tell the police go to hell and spit right back in his face and my face. And the game is not what it once was. You're ruining tradition. So, yeah, you watch, you know, the LA Clippers sell for a certain amount. You see football teams selling for a certain amount. But my question is Roger Goodell the best thing for the game right now? Has football peaked? Has football topped out, and now you're going to start to possibly see the decline? We'll see. I know one thing. If you haven't picked up on it, Patriots worldwide are uniting. They're awakening. And now you have a sleeping giant in the room that's not asleep anymore. There's a gorilla in the room now. And you're going to have to deal with it. So I just wanted to cover that. You have those issues around it, you know. And, you know, Roger Goodell, going to reiterate, you know, he's taking some pieces out of the game, some action out of the game. And, you know, I mean, what else could there be to it with the NFL, you know, why their ratings are down? I don't know. But it's definitely something that I found interesting and something that's worth taking a look at, you know. But you took a bad stand, Roger. You know, you're getting involved in Deflategate, Roger. You know. And we're awakened worldwide, Roger. So maybe you want to hit the analytics and or step down, because not only are you ruining the game, but you know, you can't you know, weigh on the side of ignorance and then shut down other people's free speech when they want to stand up for decency. So something to think about. A couple points, couple ideas. My opinion, you know. Until that's illegal, that's my opinion. This is Jerry Albert, divisionwars.com. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, either way. And I'm going to be back at you with another video. God bless.